Have you ever wondered why you can't seem to break a bad habit, no matter how hard you try? What if I told you there's a scientific formula behind how habits are formed and how they can be changed? Ever curious about why some products become indispensable parts of our daily routines? Welcome back to Too Busy to Read, where we break down books so you don't have to. Today, we're diving into the power of habit to uncover the fascinating world of habits, how they shape our lives, and how we can harness their power for positive change. The habit loop: cue, routine, reward. The foundation of habit formation lies in what's called the habit loop. This loop consists of three elements: a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue triggers a routine, which is the behavior or action you take, followed by a reward that your brain uses to determine if this loop is worth remembering for the future. Imagine waking up in the morning. You brush your teeth, routine, and enjoy the fresh, clean feeling in your mouth, reward. Over time, this loop becomes automatic. Your brain starts to crave the reward, and the loop solidifies into a habit. This craving is a powerful force driving habits, making them hard to break once established. Why habits are essential. Habits are the brain's way of saving effort. By converting routine tasks into habits, our brains can conserve energy for more complex thinking. This efficiency allows us to navigate our daily lives without getting overwhelmed by decisions. Think about driving to work on autopilot, or the steps you follow when making your morning coffee. These are habits at work, freeing up your brain to tackle more demanding tasks. Delicate yet persistent. Habits are both delicate and persistent. If the cue is absent, the habit may not trigger. For instance, if you usually exercise after work but have a different schedule one day, you might skip your workout because the usual cue wasn't there. However, once ingrained, habits remain under the surface, waiting for the right cue to reemerge. Habits can be formed without conscious awareness, as seen in cases where individuals lose memory but can still function relatively normally by their ingrained habits. This demonstrates how deeply habits are embedded in the brain, particularly in an area called the basal ganglia, one of the most ancient parts of the brain. Craving, the key driver. A crucial aspect of the habit loop is craving. This craving is what powers the habit and makes it so hard to resist. Whether it's the good feeling after a workout or the clean sensation from brushing your teeth, the anticipation of the reward is what keeps the habit loop turning. This is why some products succeed so spectacularly. For example, a particular brand of toothpaste became popular not just because it cleaned teeth, but because it included an ingredient that created a tingling sensation, making users crave that feeling of cleanliness. The same principle applies to many other products and routines in our lives. The golden rule of habit change. One of the key insights from the power of habit is the golden rule of habit change. You can't extinguish a bad habit, you can only change it. This means keeping the same cue and reward, but inserting a new routine. For instance, if you have a habit of eating junk food when stressed, you can replace the routine of eating junk food with a healthier activity, like going for a walk, while keeping the same cue, stress, and reward, stress relief. Having a belief in something greater than oneself, or being part of a supportive group, can provide the necessary support and motivation to stick to new routines during tough times. Keystone habits, the power of small wins. Some habits have a cascading effect on other aspects of our lives. These are called keystone habits. These habits can start a chain reaction, changing other habits and creating significant impacts. For example, maintaining a food journal can lead to better eating habits, which then improve other areas of health and well-being. Keystone habits create small wins that build momentum and encourage further positive changes. By focusing on small, manageable changes, individuals and organizations can achieve larger goals over time. Willpower, a depletable but strengthenable resource. Willpower is often described as a muscle that can be strengthened with practice, but can also become depleted. Studies have shown that people with high levels of willpower tend to perform better academically and professionally. However, willpower can be exhausted by continuous demands, making it harder to maintain self-control. One way to strengthen willpower is through regular practice and establishing routines that require self-discipline. For example, committing to regular exercise or managing finances can build willpower that spills over into other areas of life. The role of environment and autonomy. The environment plays a significant role in shaping habits. By designing environments that make positive habits easier to perform and bad habits harder, individuals can influence their behavior. Autonomy, or the feeling of being in control of one's actions, is also crucial. When people feel they have control over their decisions, they are more likely to stick to their goals and maintain their habits. Organizations can foster positive habits by creating environments that support autonomy and encourage proactive behavior. For instance, giving employees the freedom to design their work schedules can lead to increased productivity and job satisfaction. Social dynamics and habit formation. Social dynamics play a vital role in habit formation and change. Strong social ties can provide the support needed to start new habits, while weak social ties can help spread those habits through larger communities. Peer pressure, driven by social expectations and the desire for social acceptance, can be a powerful motivator for maintaining habits. Movements and organizations can leverage social dynamics to drive change. By creating a sense of identity and belonging, they can foster habits that align with their goals and values. For example, community-based fitness programs that emphasize group activities and social connections are often more successful than those that focus on individual achievement. Understanding and harnessing habits. The key to understanding and harnessing habits lies in recognizing the habit loop of cue, routine, and reward. By identifying the cues and rewards associated with our habits, we can make deliberate changes to the routines, leading to positive transformations in our lives. Organizations can also benefit from understanding habits. By identifying and promoting keystone habits, they can drive cultural change and improve overall performance. This approach can lead to significant improvements in safety, efficiency, and employee satisfaction. Summary points. Habits are formed through a loop of cue, routine, and reward driven by cravings. The brain forms habits to save energy, making routine tasks automatic. Habits are persistent and can be difficult to change, but they can be modified by keeping the same cues and rewards and changing the routine. Keystone habits have a cascading effect, creating positive changes in multiple areas. Willpower can be strengthened with practice and is influenced by the environment and a sense of autonomy. Social dynamics and peer pressure play crucial roles in habit formation and maintenance. Understanding and harnessing the power of habits can lead to significant personal and organizational transformations. That's all for today's deep dive into the power of habit. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more insightful book summaries. Remember, understanding your habits is the first step to changing them. Until next time, keep exploring and transforming your routines. If you want to learn more about how habits shape your personality, feel free to watch our video on the Summary of Atomic Habits by James Clear.